To our wonderful Champions School of Real Estate students around the state. I absolutely am so happy to be here every month with two superstars from our Champions customers over all these years. And today we have our superstar from the North Dallas Frisco area, Rene Burchell. And we have our superstar from Houston, actually in the Cypress area. And Ziad Kayali, good to see you.
Thank you.
And hello to Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, live broadcast students, as well as our Facebook students, as well as our 3 offices or campuses in Houston, Texas. And Renee Kimberly, the president of our company, has known you for such a long time, and she said, be sure and give a shout out to Renee and say how excited she is to see you today, and she's so proud of your longtime success. So that's from Kimberly.
Thank you. Hi, Kim.
So today our topic is climbing the stairway to success. And I have to tell you that Rene Burchell with Coldwell Banker in Frisco, who received 2018 Big D Magazine Top 10 Agents, 2019 Big D Magazine Top 10 Agents, 2020 Big D Magazine Top 10 Agents, and has been in real estate for 28 years. You have climbed the stairway to success. And I so congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
And it is just really going to be enlightening and most definitely informational for our students to hear from Renee, how she got to be where she is today. And then I purposely chose Ziad because he's been in the business for 2 years now. And when I was getting to know him 2 days ago and said, congratulations on having over 70 plus sales in 2 years, he actually said, well, I need to update you on that number. It's actually 90 plus in 2 years. And that is just phenomenal. So Ziad, you are most definitely on track, moving up that stairway to success. And I love being able to put the two of you together and see what you are doing as a new person, and certainly what Renee is doing as a 28-year veteran. And with that being said, I want our students to be ready to write. You're going to get some great information. And hello to our Facebook Live students that are watching us today. And for any of you that want to hear this interview again, Joseph Owens, who is in charge of our wonderful monthly superstar with our video production, he will have this interview launched tomorrow on Facebook. So offices can watch it, and certainly individuals that want to get the information again, because we always hear that. I would love to get that interview one more time because I got so many good nuggets from it. So let's just kick off our wonderful 50 minutes together by asking Renee, what made you decide to go into real estate? What was that sort of defining moment?
I was guided into real estate through my aunt and uncle. They wanted me to help them sell farm and ranch in Burleson, Texas. And my aunt said, you'd be great at this. Would love to have you on our team. You don't have to worry about anything. Just go get your license and come back to me and we'll get you started. So she paid for my classes and that's how I started.
Wow. Now, are they still in real estate today?
My aunt and uncle have retired, but they were with Remax for a very long time.
Okay. They are so proud of you. I am absolutely certain. They must feel like they had and they did have such a major part in your success.
Yes, yes.
And what did it feel like coming out of high school, being a young adult, and having to demonstrate professionalism to the adult world out there? Was it difficult or how did you do it?
I was nervous. I was nervous. The information came easy to me. So as I went through my studies, the information was really easy. I passed the test on the first try. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I was nervous. I was incredibly nervous. I had chatter going on in the back of my mind. Who's going to want to work with me? I'm so young. But I had awesome guidance through my aunt and uncle, and it took a little time, but I enjoyed it.
But here you are today, absolutely superstar in the business. And we couldn't be more excited for you and happy for your success. Ziad, what encouraged you to go into real estate? Did you have a defining moment?
Yes, I did sales most of my life, but like I always thought about doing real estate because I'm a people person. I love helping people always, even when sometimes my friend they want to buy a car or something, they always ask me, "Hey, can you be with us on this? We just want your help." So I decided I think the best things to do is to be a real estate agent and helping my friends and family. Sorry, and I started from there.
So you've always been a natural born salesperson, and your friends have always come to you and said, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Ziad, can you help me?
Yes.
And you just decided, hey, why don't I sell homes? Is that your story pretty much?
Exactly. That's what's happened. So I said, let me try do this. I'm gonna meet people every day. It's gonna be a good experience, and it did.
So, Ziad, how did you get started? For our new people that are brand new in the business, and you got your license in 2018, thank you for your business. Um, what did you do starting out as a new agent that allowed you 2 years later to have 90 plus closings?
So just simply just be a people person. That's it. Like it's not about sales, it's not about marketing on it. It's you need marketing, but it's depend on your personality too. If you're people person, you're helping people, do not just look for the sales. Look for like how you're gonna help your clients. And for me personally, whenever I'm buying any house to any one of my clients, I think about it, I'm buying for myself. So I'll make sure everything good. I always give them advices. Hey, like I see something. This is my professional opinion. So that's when you started this way. You're not gonna feel you're doing like any sales or something. It's just helping people, and you're gonna start getting referrals one after one. For me personally, I love real estate. It's I live with it like 24/7, 35. Yeah, all the year. Even when I'm with my friend, they say you always talk about real estate. You need change. So this is how it's work.
We have so much real estate in our family that when we get together, that is literally all we talk about is real estate. There's frankly no hope for the rest of the members of our family because it's real estate, real estate. And I love how you so professionally said when you're with your client, you answer and think of questions you would want to know yourself, and you give that information to them. That is so very professional. And you don't think about the sales, you think about helping people. And no wonder you're doing well because you're thinking not about you, you're thinking about those people you're trying to serve.
Yeah.
So, Rene, how did you get started? And I'm going to just add a little question to that. for our new people sitting in class, and we probably have 800 plus of new people listening right now, what couple of activities did you do to get started that you could help them with?
So I shared my business card with everybody, everywhere I went, everybody that I spoke with. I was always asking, who do you know that may need some help in real estate? The market is doing great. So that is the one activity that I always did. The second thing is I loved doing open houses. I loved meeting people. That's how I got started. So I did a lot of walking and talking. I did open houses and I learned. I learned from my conversations, I learned from my peers, and I learned from my experiences.
So when we talk about open houses and they are so back into trend, it
Mhm.
seems like 5, 10 years ago for sure in the last, it was not as popular to do open houses. And now with the market being so very active, and there are apps and easy ways to find what houses are open over the weekend, what do you do to prepare for an open house, Renee?
A lot of our preparation is social media. We do a lot of social media advertisement. We do blast out to our peers within our office and also our network. So a lot of that's through social media as well. And we send out our just listed. And if we have time, we send out our open house announcements as well. Currently, in the market that we've been in this year, we have had the pleasure of not having to open any of the houses because they've been selling so quickly. But we have held open houses in the past. It just depends on the market.
Would you suggest a new agent volunteering to be on an open house?
Absolutely, absolutely. And predominantly, and we have agents in our office that like to shadow us and like to meet us. And also they like to host it. We always recommend 2 people at an open house. That way, if you've got a lot of people coming in, you both are able to talk to as many people that are walking in and have them get registered and really you're able to spend a lot of time with people, having conversations and building rapport. So it's always recommended to have at least 2 people, if not 3.
Very good information, because we tend to think about that one person that's there doing everything. But you're right, there are so many people coming right now into the property that are looking aggressively, especially in certain price ranges. It's almost impossible to do everything you need to do and have a conversation and keep the flow going. So good information. At least 2 people, if not 3. You know, in the old days, we used to say, put lots of directional signs out, put balloons on them. Do you see that kind of thing happening anymore?
We do. We still see it, and every market is different. So we do still see directionals. We see balloons. In our area, you have to check with the city ordinance to make sure that you can place your directional signs out. Otherwise, they can be picked up. So every city has different ordinances. Every community has different ordinances. So you need to check with your ordinance rules and regulations. But yes, I mean, that's the best way to get people in off the street. They could be out having lunch and all of a sudden they drive past a neighborhood and they see your balloons and your open house signs and they're drawn in. They're like, let's go take a peek. Let's see what this neighborhood has to offer. So you never know who's going to walk in through the front door that you'll have the pleasure of actually helping and bonding with, and who knows how many sales that may turn into.
So, Ziad, how do you feel about open houses? Do you do them? If so, how often?
I don't really like. I did it twice this year because, like, sometimes, like, I see myself really busy, so I cannot do open houses. But it's really important. I feel like open house is important because you're gonna get you a new lead. You'll meet new people, and also maybe this one is not gonna buy, but he's gonna send you someone else. You know. I love open houses, but I wish if I can get more time to do like.
So
at least once a week.
we have many students right now that are thinking, well, I hope she asks him then, how does he find his buyers and sellers? So that question I asked you, Ziad, how do you find your buyers and sellers?
Lead generation, Facebook, friends, family, everywhere. Everywhere I go, I talk to people. Everywhere. Yes,
Everywhere you go, it's a potential client.
exactly. Everywhere.
And are you one of those agents that wears your name badge and has your business cards available so that
Always
at
my
a
business card with me.
So going into sales and being a new person and getting started, are you still a one-person operation, Ziad, or do you have people that work with you? Do you have a team? If so, why or why not?
So right now I'm still one person, but I have a team of lenders, insurance agent, escrow officer. They always helping me. But like in real estate, I'm by myself. But now I just start thinking about having my team, my own team now.
Okay, so you're thinking about having your own team, but you said something that I love, and I want to repeat it. You said your team consists of loan officers. Your team could also consist of inspectors, your list of inspectors that you use. Your team would most definitely be your title companies that you like to work with that help you as well. So in addition to a real estate team, and of course I knew that you were still working on your own and doing, as you said, 24/7, you would have to with that kind of robust business. But your team in real estate does also consist of all of those other entities, providers, service providers that you surround yourself with. And Rene, with your dynamic business as well, tell us about your team. I know you have what you call a boutique team. How does that work? And I think
Sure,
Rene,
there we are.
there you are. I think it froze for just a minute.
It did, just for a minute. So our team currently is, I call our team a boutique team. So I have a licensed office manager who is my employee. She's on my team and she helps me behind the scenes with paperwork, with our social media, with our database, and then with some errands, possibly delivering signs and delivering our closing gifts and stuff like that. So Lisa is my right-hand girl. And then to my left is my transaction coordinator. And she helps me with contract to close. So every time we go under contract, she immediately gets a copy of the contract and she carries us to closing, and she's another set of eyes on our contracts. So I'm still in the loop with all of our contracts from beginning to close, but she's my left hand and Lisa is my right hand, and I'm the only sales agent on our boutique team. But then expanded from there, we also have our team of lenders and our team of pool inspectors and our home inspectors. And so we've developed our professional team behind the scenes as well.
And I love it that you both brought that forward, because once you're in the business and you see that these other necessary entities, as Rene just mentioned, all of the different inspectors and all of your different lenders, you want to keep a list of those that are really doing a great job for your clients. And they do become your team. And you do formulate that relationship. And that's a great thing to start on, is just getting to know people that are in those particular areas. So knowing how successful both of you are, We use the term marketing. How do you market yourself? And there are all different ways of marketing: magazines, direct mail, certainly social media. So, Ziad, how do you market yourself to get your name out there other than
Uh,
family, friends,
Social media. This is number
social
one.
media?
And I like interacting with people, like person to person too. Like this is the best method for me. Like meet up with people, different area. This is also number one.
What is your favorite social media tool?
Facebook.
Facebook. Do you do open house video, or you don't do open houses very often? But
I,
do you do videos of like introduction of yourself?
yes, I do, and I do live videos. Sometimes with new construction, like yeah, I do a lot of live videos in
Okay,
different groups, not even my personal like Facebook business account, like different group, different culture everywhere.
perfect. And do you do that all yourself as well as doing your regular business tasks?
Yes, right now I'm doing by myself, and I'm looking to hire someone to help me with that.
It sounds like you have grown your business to the point now that you're ready to spin off and do some other fun things.
Right?
Is this on your goal setting for 2021?
Yes, that's gonna be my goal for 2021.
So, Renee, what about your marketing? And what type of marketing do you find works great for Rene Burchell?
So we concentrate, just like Ziad, we concentrate on social media as well. We've got a pretty good presence on social media. We've got Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have Instagram, we have Pinterest. And then from time to time, we do videos as well. We've posted videos, we blog, we post photos specifically, closing photos, and when we make a big production when our clients go under contract with new construction. We like to follow them through the process, and we announce them and we tag them. Most of our clients are on social media with us, and they want to be recognized and they want to be tagged and really just shared. So we've had excellent feedback from that. We've got great presence.
Now, is that your left hand or your right hand that's doing the social media? Or is it Renee?
My right hand girl, Lisa. Hopefully she's on here with us. So, hey, Lisa.
Shout out to Lisa with many thanks, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she really helps us with all of our social media, and it's really, really grown since she's joined my team. So it's been fabulous.
We hear about disruptors in the marketplace, those particular new creative softwares, new creative marketing companies. Do you see disruptors in the marketplace that are affecting your business either positively or negatively? And do you even feel affected by disruptors in the marketplace? How do you feel about that, Ziad?
It's depend, like, because they like, for me, like this type of they like focus on type of client is not my client sometimes, like my clients, they care about Facebook. Like I have a clients, they don't use social media, they just want to interact with people like person to person. So I don't feel like they really affected me, but sometimes you can use these tools to grow up your business. Like if you use like good CRM, like, or good like marketing tools, that's always gonna bring you more business in the future. But like I don't feel like they can affect me personally with my business by having different type of advertising in different field.
So, in other words, you're not staying up late at night worrying about some of those market disruptors, because you're saying as long as you do the good job you need to
Exactly.
do, then, so be it with whatever else is going on out there. Renee, do you see any that are affecting your way of doing business?
I'm not bothered by it at all. In fact, I've actually helped a few of our clients make more money by not working with those particular companies or fast purchases or whatever may be out there. Um, I've had the experience of actually going in and seeing some of these properties that are with these other brokerages, and they're not as good as they should be. They're not as representative as what they should be. So for me, just like Ziad, as long as you deliver excellent service, you're going to gain business. Being trustworthy, being honest, being transparent, doing the research for the client, letting them know exactly what's out there. You know, I think that that's always going to win you business.
We know in our MCE class that we have a very good discussion on market disruptors. It's our, I want to say 2020, 2021 MCE class. We have a whole section on market disruptors. And for our new people, on a generic level, we're saying companies that say, list your house with me. If it doesn't sell, our company buys it. And it's basically, you know, how do you feel about that? It's also disruptors that lower commission to a very low amount. Disruptors that say, sellers, go ahead and show your property yourself. And yet, of course, the Texas Real Estate Commission has certain, I want to say, rules, if not policies, if not laws, on what the agent still must do. But there are always going to be disruptors in the marketplace, and some good, some bad. I think of a really fine disruptor, and that's artificial intelligence. There's a company called Skylar 360. And if you're, you know, a one agent business and you need help with just answering basic information, Skylar or AI, a lot of agents have found that helpful. But what both of you have said really is the bottom line. You do your business, you have your CRM, your SOIs, circles of influence, and do a fine job. And those disruptors will come and go and find their niche in the marketplace. I noticed, Rene, on your signature line, it's global luxury. I also want to compliment you on, during these 28 years in business, you've gotten so many designations. Let's see, your SRES, your CHMS, your CNE, your ePro, your CRS. I'm reading off a little sign right here.
I know it's alphabet soup, but I believe in further education. I believe that you really should at least every year gain a designation, gain knowledge, if not twice a year. Continually being on top of your expanded designations and your education, it's only helping you, your business, and your clientele. So I do have my alphabet soup. I know it's
Well, we believe in that as well. We absolutely believe designations, and NAR says it should increase your gross income by anywhere from $23,000 to $27,000 a year by having those, because it just adds more credibility, gives you obviously more information that helps in your career. But I was also very impressed because it shows that you have received a global luxury agent certification. And do you specialize? Do you have a niche in real estate, Rene?
I do a little bit of everything. I wish I could say I had one niche, but I don't. Not that I can think of. Maybe I do. I don't know. A lot of my business does come from my past clients. We do have some business that comes from social media. And so I'm helping people from first-time home buyers to investors to people that are buying up in the market, people that are buying down in the market, people that are investing in land, and then also luxury, relocation and luxury. So I do a little bit of everything. And I think that that's why I feel it's important to really stay on top of all of your education and your awareness of what's going on in the market, from everything from your MLS stats to the NAR stats to the TAR, the Texas Association of Realtor stats. There's a lot of information out there that will make you powerful and knowledgeable. And quite honestly, that's what our clientele wants. They want to work with somebody that is educated, knowledgeable, trustworthy, and honest and transparent enough to get them across the finish line.
That is a very powerful statement. And I hope our new people got every word of that, because it definitely shows how honest you are and how sincere you are. And what about you, Ziad? Do you have a niche in the marketplace?
Same
A
what
certain-
Rene said, like
Uh-huh.
exactly, I'm doing the same. I work with everyone. Just being straightforward, honest with people, being people person, that's all we need to do. And I do everything. Like I work with investment, like first time home buyers, sellers, like any people, like anyone want to lease. I do everything. I work with everyone. Keep the same professionality with everyone, honest and people person. That's it.
Very, very sincere as well. And it also tells a story as to why you have so many customers at this point in your career. I've interviewed a couple of different top producers who, for example, one specialized in only leasing and made everyone aware that that's all he did was worked as a leasing agent. Certainly land development, commercial is pretty much a niche in that it has different areas in commercial, but most agents in real estate do exactly as these two people. They work all price ranges and help everyone they can, and obviously it works very, very well for them. I know our students are sitting there saying, okay, Ziad, you told us that you work 24/7. But Ziad, do you take any time off for yourself?
I would love to, but like maybe next year I'll start. Like right now I can't, because when a client they call me, hey, we would like to see this house like this weekend. I cannot say no to anyone, like always. I would love to help my client, but at the same time, I have time for myself. Like it's not 24/7, like, but like I'm working all the days. I have two jobs. So like that's kind of I'm between two right now, 2 years. But like my next year, I think I'm gonna hire admin, maybe transaction coordinator. I'm gonna have more time for myself. If Rene, you agree with me, right?
I do agree with you. And listen, when we all start out, you do put in as much time as you can afford, depending upon your family situation and your home life and anything else that you have commitments with. I too, in the very beginning, I worked. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to slow down. I wasn't sure where my next client was going to come from. So I hustled. But I do believe in taking time off. You do have to carve the time out. It was really hard for me to do that, because I'm passionate about what it is that I do and the people that I connect with and getting them across the finish line. But it is imperative that you do take time off.
Or
Most definitely, starting out as a new agent, you need to tell your family, your loved ones, that if I'm going to get a good start in this career, I have to give it my all. I have to be available. But what I love, and I have said to our new people forever, and it's the truth, because I started out in real estate in the Dallas area, And I loved it because I had two little girls and I could tell my clients that I had an appointment at 4 o'clock already. And maybe that appointment was literally picking Kimberly up from Mother's Day out and bringing her home. But it does allow for flexible hours. And yet when I say flexible hours and I look at Ziad, I'm thinking, I think he's not real flexible. I think he is totally doing his job 24/7. And that's okay. That's great because he has his goals set and he will know when it's time for him to take time off. Rene and I are Facebook friends, and I always enjoy seeing. I know she takes time off to celebrate she and her husband's anniversary, birthdays, that kind of thing. And yet, when you're in real estate, you take that phone with you, and you may be in the Caribbean, but you're still able to do business.
That's totally
So,
accurate.
let me talk with you about the pandemic. And in the pandemic, if you would just give our new people and certainly experienced people as well, just a bird's eye view of how different you've had to do business in the pandemic. So Rene, do you want to kick that off?
Sure. It's definitely different. We have done a lot of FaceTime videos with our clients that may have been moving here from out of state or were already in the process when all of this kind of came down the pipeline. So we've done a lot of FaceTime videos. I have sold houses purely from video. Normally we attended last year, we attended our closings. So it would be myself visiting with our clients at the closing table, and we typically give a little gift at the closing table. So all of that is completely different now here in our area. I don't know how it is in the Houston area, but here they do remote closings. They're offering remote closings. Or you can simply drive to the title company and you sign your paperwork there. So that has really freed up a lot of time for myself and our team, where we're able to kind of put that time back into our business. So predominantly, it has been a win-win. I know it's been a crazy year, but it's been a win-win for us because it really has shifted the time that we've allotted for all of our normalcies back then to where we are now, and we're now in a new norm. And so it's been really productive for us.
Ziad, do you want to add anything
Yeah,
to that?
Yeah, first when the pandemic started, we all scared, the business gonna be affected, Then we start doing, as Rene said, videos, show clients property. I sold like 3 houses, I think, 2 months ago, without seeing the clients. It was all videos, everything, because they live in different states. But we still care about our clients. We wear masks, gloves everywhere where we go. And I'm still trying to go to all the closing I have, wearing a mask, sitting like far away, just make sure I take care of my client. But it's affected the business. Like we start doing the business in different way. But anyway, we're still producing. Like I think I'm surprised how I'm producing double now or trouble with them before.
Our business has doubled too.
Yeah.
It has been absolutely crazy.
I think the point, because people, they just want to get bigger rooms, they want to get more space right now. Everyone working from home. So students, they study from home too. So people start thinking now about, I don't want to stay in the apartment. I want to have a backyard. I want to have my own space, my own garage, I think that's how it start affecting the market right now, how busy we are right now.
It has been absolutely, I don't even want to say surprising. It's been shocking. Dr. Gaines was here 2 months ago and said, who would have ever expected that in a pandemic, we would have people wanting to spend money and spend money on certainly changing their home environment to adding a resort property somewhere, to buying a new car. And I think it really shows faith in our economy. And I say this at the same time, feeling very, very badly for those that have lost their jobs and those that have lost their businesses, because I know every family can be affected either way. And yet, for my family of real estate customers, I'm so happy that they have done so well this year, because if the other significant one in their family lost their job, it's wonderful that the real estate or the loan officer or the inspector or the appraiser has done really well, and all of those auxiliary businesses that stem off of that. So Dr. Gaines with the Research Center, who will be here the 1st of January again to give us a kickoff to 2021. I always love getting to interview Dr. Gaines, but when I had him here in August, he said, believe me, at the Research Center at Texas A&M University, we could not believe how robust our sales are in real estate during this pandemic time. So let's personalize each of you for just a moment. I know those that are sitting watching you in our classrooms are thinking, first of all, they both look very professional and they know their business, and yet we all start somewhere. So Rene, looking back, what was your first job you ever had?
Besides the lemonade stand I had, I did. I started with a lemonade stand. I loved it. That's how we made our candy money. My sister and I. Retail is what I started with. So I loved working in the mall. I wanted to get the clothes that I wanted. And in order to make money, to get the clothes that I wanted, I had to follow the goals that were set for me through the company that I worked with. So I got my start there, and it has just continued. I love retail.
Interesting.
Yes.
And are you a goal setter? That's the other thing. Do you set goals?
Yes, absolutely. I can tell you that the first year and a half, maybe the first 2 years in the business, I did not set my goals. I just kind of shot from the hip, which was, looking back, it wasn't a mistake because I did my walking and talking. But when I started implementing my business plan, I started hitting my goals, and I'm like, wow, I'm hitting these numbers. Okay, so I need to increase them. And I would hit those numbers. And so having a plan, having a goal, having a checklist, having a vision board, all of that works, and it has helped me in my business. So it's imperative that if you're running your own business, which this is your own entity, this is your business, you need to set goals. You have to have a plan on where you want to go, how you're going to do it, and how much money you're going to spend. So, and if you follow that plan, you'll reap the rewards. So I do believe in having a plan.
And how often do you look at those goals to see how you're doing, how you're measuring up?
Between Lisa and I have my goals written out. I've got a vision board here in my office. I have my year-end goal on where I want to be and where I want to end. I have quarterly goals that we have to look at, and then we look at monthly. So I know how many homes I need to carry each month. I know how many closings I need to have each month in order to hit the quarter goal, in order to hit the year-end goal. So it is really important that you dive down and you really know your numbers, you know your stats, you know where you need to be, and you need to know how much money you're going to spend in each category, like marketing and office supplies and technology, computers and printers or what have you. So yes, we look at them quite often.
You're very organized, and goals help you stay that way. And it allows you at the end of the year to know, oh, this is how I ended up where I am, because all the way through the year, you're able to adjust. Ziad, what about yourself? And first job, what was your first job?
Same Rene, retail with family business when I was 7 years old.
There you go.
And I got a degree in business after that. I was a finance manager, loan officer, and logistic manager. I did all this type of. Then I started doing marketing and sales with like big companies. But I was told myself, why work for someone, why I cannot do it by myself. And ended up being a firefighter with the Houston and being a real estate agent right now. So two different jobs. I love both of them. But like first year, I promised myself I need to have 20 deals. If not, I'm going to be out of this business. So I was really hard on myself. So I said with my broker, and I told her, this is my second month and my goal is 20 deals. And she looked at me, I said, I'm serious. If I'm not going to hit 20 deals, I'm going to leave this job. I'm not going to do it anymore. Ended up with 31 deals. This year, I told myself I need to hit 40. And now I'm almost like around 70 or something. That's my goal. So that's how it works. I always set goals to myself. Sometimes it's tough goals, but I do my best always to achieve all my goals.
You are definitely a goal setter. And I most definitely see why both of you are so successful, because I personally believe everyone has to set goals. And a lot of people, they just put a number in their brain, and that's fine. But if you have something that is concrete, you're able to refer back to it regularly. And for you to set that number of 20 transactions, otherwise you're out of the business. Most definitely, I identify that with that. Starting out, going from being an agent in real estate, background education, and then opening a real estate school, everything that I did and everything that we go about, we set goals and we hit those goals, and then we raise the level. And I think you always have to make it, not too realistic, but maybe even more than that. Because I would have said to you, had you walked in my office, Ziad, and said, I'm a brand new agent, I want to do 20 transactions this year or within the first 6 months, I would have said, oh, hold it down here a little bit, Ziad.
Right?
That's a little aggressive. And yet you did it. And I just think that's extremely remarkable. And so you come from a background of business and finance, and said, I want to go into real estate. Our background of people, our superstars, come from all walks of life. And when I get the pleasure of walking into our classrooms when we don't have our pandemic here, I get to say, and I want to say to everybody watching today, that success comes in every color, every race, every nationality, every religion, and every age. I mean, we have wonderful success stories of people who, like Rene, graduated from high school, got with a great mentor, and built their business to be, the success that it is today. And we have people that said, oh, I went to college, I worked for a large corporation. Often they say, I got tired of being let go and then brought back and then let go and then brought back, and I want to be my own boss. And as Rene so very well put it, you are all entrepreneurs. We are all entrepreneurs. And I love it that it's so obvious that Ziad is a huge goal setter. And so certainly is Rene. It's, as she said, it's your pathway to getting you to where you want to be.
Okay.
We do have some experienced agents watching, and often those experienced agents, and I see quite a few questions on chat right now. And one of those questions being, and I'm going to throw it out to Rene, this particular agent feels like they could do better. They're sort of a middle of the road agent and would like to bring their sales and their success up a level or two. What advice would you give them, Rene?
I was there as well. I felt, so many years in the business, I felt like I could never reach above this certain plateau. So I hired a business coach, and that coach pushed me in all different directions, all uncomfortable directions. And I pushed through my glass ceiling. I had a business coach up until last year, and that was almost 10 years. So 2010, I believe, was my first business coach.
Wow.
Yes.
And there are many, many agents that have coaches, and that's great advice. If you need help, reach out and find a coach.
Yes.
Ziad, what would you tell someone that wants to bring their business up a little more to a higher level?
So first of all, I will say tell them to be patient in this field because I've been there where like in 2 months I only sold one house only in 1 month. And just be patient, change your way of doing the business, just shadow someone else and learn. We're still learning. I'm learning every day and everything, We're still learning, and sometimes you need to get together with a coach, same what Rene said, and that's it. But one first thing I want to say is really important to everyone. Do not let your clients see you desperate about selling.
Yes.
Do not let them feel that, because the point they're gonna see that, they're not gonna work with you. Always be confident, always like make sure you give the best service to your client, even if they buy it or not, even if they sell the house or they might be, it's good for them to wait till next year. Sometimes I go to a listing appointment, I tell my client, I can sell your house this week, but I don't feel it's gonna bring you more benefit by selling it right now. I feel like if you wait 2 or 3 months, you're gonna make more money, or right now you negative, you can at least be even. So believe it or not, I'm not losing a sale because you're gonna get that client in the future and you're gonna get a referral too. So always just be patient, change your way of doing the stuff. I changed broker before, and first 2 months I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to, what I'm dealing with, but I feel like I need to do something else. I changed my broker and was the best ever decision I made when I did that. It's not about the office by itself, but sometimes you feel where you're gonna be getting more benefit from. So what's best for you? Okay. So this is how I feel it. Just be patient, choose the best place to work with, best people, best office, and that's it.
Excellent advice.
Right.
Rene, I could tell you had a few words you wanted to add to that.
I do. I learned a few things through my business coach. You've got to build momentum. And usually when you're at that plateau, you're like, okay, what is working works, but you're still plateaued. And so one of the things that was an aha moment for me was really defining exactly how much time I had in my schedule. And believe me, I'm not a journal keeper. I'm terrible at all of that stuff, but following a schedule and making sure that you have allotted what you need to do on your schedule was what put me over that plateau. So following a schedule, possibly picking up a coach for guidance. They have group coaches out. There's all kinds of coaches out there, but they've got group coaches. You can do one-on-one, all kinds of stuff, and really just fine tuning where your business was and where you want it to go and building your business plan around that. But like Ziad said, you've got to be patient. You cannot operate from the mentality of you're desperate because you need this paycheck. You cannot do that. It will burn you. It will absolutely burn you, and you lose credibility And it takes so much time and effort to build that credibility. You don't want to destroy it in 1 minute. So go ahead.
That is awesome information. And I hope all of our students had a chance to write that down. But it makes me want to remind them they can hear this and see this again tomorrow on YouTube, because what you said was very, very important and sincere. And with that being said, 28 years into the business, is there a defining moment where you realized I don't have to worry so much about knowing I will have commission income to pay my bills?
I'm a
Or do
warrior. I'm a warrior. So when I first started, I did not set my business up as a business. I did not follow the rules that I'm speaking of today. I really jumped in and just started hustling. And then as my sales started coming in, I learned kind of the slow way of doing things and putting my business together. I think I incorporated in 2003. So setting your business up as a business, whatever that entity is, whether it's incorporation, it's S Corp, it's LLC, you've got to get with a CPA to figure out what's best for you and your family. But setting your business up and running it as a business is highly important. And then setting up maybe a savings account or a marketing account or whatever you need to do. And you'll get all of that advice from your CPA. But I think for me, it was really learning how to set all of that up and get it running. It's ever changing.
ever changing?
Ever changing.
Ziad, do you feel comfortable now? Or are you still saying, I'm going to give it another year or two, and if I don't do 180 homes this year, I'm out of the business?
It's not about money, but about goals for me. Like if I woke up morning and I don't get a phone calls or something, I feel like I'm sick today. Something going on.
Okay.
You know, like okay, something going on today. Let me do something. Like this is about goals. It's not about the money. You know, it's not even about like how many houses I need to sell. But like I love doing what I'm doing every day, so I don't want it to slow down or like I want to keep it the same. You know.
And keep the momentum. Keep the momentum.
Exactly. Yeah.
Keep it going. I can tell you both have a lot of momentum, and our students would love to shadow both of you or each of you.
Thank you.
We've
By the
learned
way,
so much.
so thank you for all the friend requests I got from the student. Love you guys.
Absolutely. We love you more. We do. We love our absolute customers and students so much. That's why we do this every month for free, giving everybody an advantage of getting wonderful, wonderful pieces of information. So with the experience that each of you have, is there any advice you would give to your younger self? Rene?
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I don't know. That's such an awesome question. It's just, I was just so scared in the very beginning. And I think with continued education, I really gained my footing and my confidence, and knowledge is power. I mean, you've got to continually keep it going. So for me, that was the one thing that was really important for me in the beginning, was proving not only to myself, but to my future clientele that I knew what I was doing, and I was confident and capable and knowledgeable, and I was looking for referrals. So,
Well, I want to say to you, your statement, don't be scared, was the best thing you could have said, because it is scary changing careers.
it is. It is.
Ziad, any advice you would give to your younger self?
Yeah, I'd love if I did this like 20 years ago, you know. But you know, it's not too late. I'm still doing it, you know.
Never too
But
late.
okay, it's never too late. And also, I advise everyone, don't force yourself to do something you don't like, you know. Always you're gonna find a way you're gonna be successful at, you know. Same thing. So I love if I did this 20 years ago.
Both of you have hit so many people watching right now because the average age of our student is 52 and they have started this new career. And for Ziad to say it's never too late, he wished he had started this 20 years ago. We hear that so many times. And don't give up and don't be afraid. Those are outstanding words of wisdom. I want to also, I see a little chat here, and I want to also say hello from Linda Chase to Rene, because she's our Plano manager, and you two are longtime friends.
Are
I want to mention so many things that we've talked about on getting started is in my 30 days to success. And the very first page is financial goals. And then it's setting your personal goals on how many people to see every day. So please consider purchasing this as well as taking our Powerhouse marketing class. You can buy this separately on 30 days, every day, activities to do to be successful. And then in Powerhouse, you get credit for that course. And the book is also in Powerhouse. And I love it that Rene has so many designations. We offer all of the NAR designations at Champion School of Real Estate. And as well, our wonderful top producers are in our book. We take our interviews from the last, we're going on 3 years now, and bring them down to the script of what our top producers, our superstars, have given you in our free seminars. And those are 2 for $25, and they can be purchased online as well as walk into the front office. I mention that because on an ongoing basis, we at Champion School of Real Estate think, what can we do truly to help our student and make things affordable? And our interviews are free. We love it. We hope and believe that you will see and read about Ziad and Rene in our next volume. And we thank our students so much for your business during this pandemic, especially. Without your business, we would not have one. And you kept us going with our virtual classrooms, and our teachers are paramount. And I thank our teachers for all that you've done. You have been amazing. And we get those testimonials daily. It is my pleasure to thank Ziad and Ziad Kayali. And Ziad is with Walzel Properties. And if there are any people that have a specific question that you want Ziad to answer, just not text me, but email me, Rita at championschool.com, and I will send it over to Ziad and see what his answer might be. So feel free, you can do that since we don't have time to answer all the chat questions. And Rene Burchell, you are amazing with Coldwell Banker and Frisco. And I just want to put a footnote to what Ziad said, and that is, we always encourage you to interview with 3 brokers, 3 companies, if you're a brand new person. And if the first one doesn't work, go to the second, then go to the third. And so his story is very indicative of a typical situation where maybe the first one doesn't work for you. So don't give up, just keep going. Both of you are superstars. Both of you are just so professional and have been wonderful interviewees today. And I thank you, Ziad. I thank you, Rene. It's great to see both of you. And we will see everyone next month with a mother-daughter farm and ranch team. And I don't know if you know Stephanie Cobb and Ty Cobb Clam. They're in the North Dallas area, and they just specialize, Rene, in farm and ranch. They are superstars in the farm and ranch area, and to be able to hear mother and daughter will be really interesting. And that's on December the 10th.
Yes, that should be
So
good.
We'll look forward.
you
Thank
have
Having us.
you are so welcome. It is our pleasure. And thank both of you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Bye-bye. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.